All right, so good evening and thank you for joining us tonight for a very special Face It Live Q&A session presented by Fayette County Public Schools and the 16th District PTA. Of course, during this time, it is most important that our families and communities engage together and support one another. The Face It platform allows for us to virtually have that real talk, build real relationships, and allow for all of us to express our ways and our feelings and exert our energy in a positive way, though, okay? And be solution driven in our approach to whatever we are facing today in our communities. I'm Melody Westerfield. I'm the Family and Community Engagement Coordinator stationed at William Wells Brown Elementary School. And today I have a very special guest with me. I'll allow her, Ms. Mills, to introduce herself and her title and what she does.
All right. Thank you, Melody. I'm glad to be here tonight to share some important information, but my name is Mindy Mills and I am the Associate Director of Title I or Federal Programs in Fayette County. And right now I am all things Summer Ignite, planning our summer programming. So excited to talk about that tonight.
Okay, with that said, I'm gonna go right into our first question. So my question is, we've completely returned in person. So how important, how critical is this summer in accelerating learning for our students?
Right. So as all of our families obviously are perfectly aware, our students have just not had a normal school year. Learning has continued through a virtual format, and we know that our students have worked hard and they've done their best to continue learning. But because of everything that we have done, and we're just now getting them back to face, this is an important summer to try to extend that learning and continue that time of face-to-face instruction by planning something for our students this summer. So that's why it is most critical to meet their needs, accelerate their learning. We hope that our Summer Ignite program will be robust and rigorous in each of our schools and really prepare our students for the next school year.
Okay, so what does that look like for SCPS students? How would this summer be different from our previous summer programs?
All right, well, the biggest difference is that there will be an opportunity in every one of our schools. You know, in the past, that hasn't been available necessarily in every building, every elementary, every middle school, every high school, as well as every special program. So that's the biggest difference. And as I've already mentioned, we chose to call it Summer Ignite because we want to ignite our kids and ignite our staff and kind of light that flame of getting back into having some fun this summer. Yeah. So all of the learning this summer will look different than traditional school. Of course, there will still be a focus on some academics, especially around math and literacy and some science. So a lot of schools will be doing some STEM activities. There will be enrichment activities. There will be opportunities for physical fitness and different things that will be happening throughout the summer. Each school is designing their own plan. So it's going to look a little bit different from one school to the next because we know that our schools know the needs of their students. So we wanted them to have some of that flexibility to design what their kids needed and how they could plan that for what their Summer Ignite program would look like.
How is like transportation and stuff like that? How does that look for our students?
Well, transportation will be provided for our students. The only caveat is that it can only be provided to an address that's within your school zone. And that will be worked out as we get commitments from families and so forth. So AM and PM transportation is happening. All students will be provided breakfast and lunch in attending Summer Ignite as well.
Okay. So those are some of the benefits that, you know, when coming out. Okay.
Right. And the other thing is there obviously, it seems like we always get this question. It's free. There is no charge for any of our students to come in and participate in Summer Ignite. Our schools are working now. They just started right after spring break, reaching out to families and inviting specific students that they want to encourage to attend. We can't say that everybody's going to get an invitation because our schools do know that there are more that students have some needs that others don't have. So they'll be reaching out to those kids first to encourage them to participate.
Okay. So what about your EL students? How will we serve those students?
Absolutely, the same way. So our schools have the freedom, I guess you would say. If they need an EL teacher on staff for the summer, they will have that opportunity. If they need a special education teacher on staff for the summer. And so they're just designing their plans based around those needs that they
Absolutely.
have for their
Absolutely.
kids.
So you talk about every school is different, and will have a different plan. So that means, what about the dates and times, of every school and all schools?
Right. And that is one thing that is the same.
Okay.
So in order to make things work for our transportation and our food service and the logistics, we chose the same dates. So session 1 for our Summer Ignite will be 14 days and will start on June 8th and goes to June 25th. Session 2 starts on July 6th and goes to July 23rd. And then the third session is a little unique. The third session is a week, the July 26th through the 30th, and it is kind of what we're calling our transition session.
Okay.
So the third session will be only for basically incoming kindergartners that are coming in new to the building. It will be when our 6th graders are invited to go to their new middle school, and when our
Right.
9th graders are invited to go to their new high school or their new special program that they would be participating in. For all 3 sessions, the times for elementary will be 8 to 1. That's the instructional time. We know that buses will vary a little bit different, and then the times for the middle and high schools and the special programs will be from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock.
Okay.
I've got to correct myself. I think I said 8 to 1. It's elementary is 8 to 12,
Okay. Yes. Thank
and
you.
the middle and high schools is 9 to 1.
Yes. So that's important for me to know because I'm at the elementary school. And so I am participating this summer. So you're giving me a little bit more information as well.
All right. Awesome.
So how will the district SCPS be working with the community to ensure that all of our students have access to learning opportunities this summer?
Right. We have an absolutely fabulous list of community partners that will be engaged with us in Summer Ignite. But also, we know that Lexington community in itself for several years has always kind of put together different camps and different resources. So our schools will have access to that if families reach out to them and say, hey, I can't commit to the whole summer of Summer Ignite, but we want to do something for a week. Do you have any suggestions? Then our FRCs, our different people in our schools will have that list of resources to suggest to families, or maybe you go to this location for a camp for a week, or however it happens. I will also say that even if a child or a student is not attending Summer Ignite in their building, they will still have access to many of our software programs that we use, like Imagine Learning, especially. That they can access throughout the summer. And we're working on a plan. Got to do some inventory on all those Chromebooks, but working on a plan that students would have access to a Chromebook during the summer if they need that.
Absolutely. That's good information. I didn't know that part. That's really, really good information to know that our students can still be educated, even if they're not in person. So I thank you for that gem. And so just to add a little bit to what you are saying about community partners, that is my task as the engagement coordinator. That is what I'm doing right now, is collecting a list of community partners who can come in and just do different, unique things and expose our kids and work with our kids continuously on, our during Summer Ignite. So yeah, I know I'm on that list. I'm on that list, of course. So can you share a little bit about how our students will continue to receive support over the summer?
Absolutely. So we know that in many instances, this has been an unusual year and it's been a traumatic year for some of our students. So throughout our Summer Ignite program, we will have access and a on staff some guidance counselors, some of our school social workers, some of our district mental health specialists that will be available to support students either one-on-one or in a small group setting, whatever might be needed. Also we want our families to know, I mentioned that we would have breakfast and lunch for those students attending Summer Ignite, but our food service will also be continuing to distribute meals throughout the summer that students will access to. And I know that there will be more information shared later about those dates and locations and things that families can get meals throughout the summer. Also, majority of all of our family resource centers basically are open and work all summer. So they'll be there for support. And I believe that even a couple of our health clinics will be open throughout the summer for support for our families.
Absolutely. And as the face up at William Wells Brown, I'll also be working with our FRC there to make sure not only just our students, but our parents. I know we say families all the time, but I'm really parent driven and really parent focused. So I'll be trying to engage our families and our parents as well. So that would also be an option as well. So this was a lot of good information. And so we always like to leave the chat with some encouragement for our families and for our students. And so tonight will be no different. What's a word of encouragement that you would like to provide to us right now?
Right. Well, first of all, if your child is invited to attend and participate in Summer Ignite, I encourage you to take advantage of that opportunity. Some students may be invited to attend session 1. Some students may be invited to attend session 1 and session 2. One thing that I didn't mention earlier, Melody, is, like current 5th graders may be invited to attend session 1 and session 2 at their current elementary, and then they would go to session 3 for their middle school. So I encourage you to participate, be watching for information from your school about that. And the other thing is just encourage your kids to keep reading over the summer. Encourage, them to get outside and have some fun activities and different things, and whatever they can do to stay active and to continue learning. And, reading is my favorite thing about that. Get some books in front of them. And public libraries are open. They're one of our big community partners, and they will provide resources for your families and so forth. But just, for everybody, we know this has been a tough year. We know it's been hard on families. I'll be honest, I've said my blessings many times that my kids were grown, and not trying to have to work from home and also be their teacher. And it's hard for us to imagine what some of our families have been through. So encourage you to take a deep breath this summer and just come back ready for a great school year next year, but take advantage of any of those learning opportunities that they can for their children over the summer.
Absolutely. Yeah, we definitely have to give ourselves grace during this time. So we encourage that. Well, I really thank you for joining me tonight. And I thank anyone and everyone out there who's watching tonight. Mindy provided such great, important information. So thank you for that. And we would like to stay connected with you out there who's watching, because we want to continue to build our community and make it stronger, support for each other. I'm going to tell you how we can all stay connected together right now. If you send us some of your pictures, videos, and words of encouragement, we will share that on our page. And we love to do that. We love to share what's going on, how you're able to make it through and stay positive. We will highlight those messages. You can email those to us at faceit@fayette.kyschools.us, or you can even text it to us at 859-903-5531. Be sure to keep up with the Face It page, as we have the Youth Violence Prevention Week campaign starting on April 12th, I believe, through the 26th. Okay, so keep your eyes open, look out for that that week. It's going to be really important information. And so, as always, we love connecting with you, and we will continue to face it together. See you all soon.